Hello, everybody. I am a wall of cat, and my name is Richard. At Richard on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm just Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum. Bye, Otto.
And yeah, there's no stopping AutoZone today, so he's going to be causing all sorts of trouble, I think, during stream. I don't know why he's figured this is I guess he likes the limelight. I don't know why. No, you can't have that USB cable. He has just decided that this is his most active time during the day, is when I'm trying to do stream now.
When do you feed him?
I feed him in the morning at 7 a.m. and the evening 7 p.m.
Okay. I was like, maybe it's that post-lunch kick.
He definitely gets a post-eating kick. No, you can't eat that, buddy. Stop. All right. So anyway, today we are working on our game show game. You might notice that this looks a little bit different than it did before. The main thing that looks different is that I redesigned chat because it's been bothering me. I drew a new chat. The other thing I did was I redesigned how chat does talking. So this really wasn't very much code. All I did was make it so that our character save function that we've been using with our other characters also is called for chat. And I gave him some animations while he talks to be cute. So let me actually go ahead and restart this game real quick so we can see the opening cutscene. It's time for Guess the Thing. You can see he's got a little microphone that he raises up and down when he starts talking. And he's got a little animation for when he's saying stuff. So yeah, that was basically it. And anyway, today we're going to be doing some more game stuff, I think. So we need to.
AutoZone muted you.
Sorry about that. AutoZone, I don't know how he always hits the mute key, but he does.
Is there like a button on your computer for mute?
Yeah, something.
Ooh, okay, because on my computer it's a Control-Shift-M, so I was very impressed that he could hit all three at once.
Oh, no, he can hit any key combination. The other day he restarted my computer when I was on a call with my family. It's on the Mac touch bar. There is a thing.
I see. That makes more sense.
Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and we need to first we're going to change our cutscene thing a little bit. So I'm going to take all of this startup code that we have. So this, let's see, we want this show next puzzle, this reveal letter, and this not opening cutscene. And the start guest loop, and we want to put them all in here. So that when we, after we do the move behind podiums, we do actually start playing the game. Because if you saw right then, when the cutscene ends, we're just kind of sitting. So cool, we fixed that. But now let's stop doing our opening cutscene because that's just going to take forever. So we're going to go ahead and do what we were doing before. So we're just going to call our move behind podiums, show next puzzle, and reveal letter E. Rich goes ahead and starts our game. All right. So we have a few categories now. We've got the one that we are looking at currently, which is Vivian's. It is the theme of time. We also have sequels, and we have our original one, which is like idioms. And what we're going to do today is we're going to add support for these categories, so it actually says what the category is. And we are going to make it so that when you finish one puzzle, we go on to the next puzzle. Right now, we don't. Right now, it just stops. So we need to actually figure out when we've done the puzzle and also make it so that our AI can also solve the puzzle if there's like a % chance. So let's go ahead and start with that, I think. Let's start with the loop of finishing the puzzle. So I'm going to, let's see, switch back to the idioms because I know those ones the best. So I'll be able to guess correctly. And we want to, if you ever see me pause and talking and doing something, it's because I'm taking something away from AutoZone. Okay, so we're gonna start with that. In the meantime, Vivian, do you want to come up with another category?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
And chat, please feel free to participate too. So basically the rules are, you need to write your text in all caps. It needs to just be text, so no exclamation points or anything like that, just A through Z. And after every 9 characters, you have to put in a slash, which tells us where to do line breaks. So, for example, we have cool as a, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we put in a slash, cucumber. But if we had something that was less than 9, so like Finding Dory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we still want to put in a slash here because that's in between words. So you want to make sure that the new line happens in a place that makes sense. Why is there cool as a cucumber in Shannon's? That's weird. I'm going to have to put in a sequel for this. Let's see. My mind is a complete blank.
Oh, okay, sure. I got you. You've got your classic sequel.
Such as?
Little Mermaid 2. You've got your classic sequel. Like, why is this so difficult?
It's hard. I wasn't expecting it either. Okay. All right. Well, think of it this way. We need to, we'll choose a movie that has a sequel instead of choosing the sequel. So, 'cause
Okay.
I think that's where we're getting caught up.
Okay.
All right. So what's like a movie franchise?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club does not have a sequel.
Okay, classic movie. Like, I've never seen a movie in my life before.
G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. It's probably too many words.
You've got your wait, let me see what chat. Penguins, Lucas says. Oh, something Madagascar? How does the movies Animals of Madagascar? And they had the
All right, we'll just put back cool as a cucumber now, and let's everyone stew on that, all right? I don't know how Shannon did so many. All right, so let's go ahead and do our solve code. So there's kind of an unanswered question here, which is, when we do a solve, how are we doing the solve? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how do we actually enter in the thing that we want?
Oh, you got to type it all out.
Yeah, so we could either have them type it all out, which seems like a lot, and it's also difficult, right? Because you need to remember how everything is spelled as you're doing it, because the text keyboard takes up the entire screen and you won't be able to see the clue anymore. I don't like that. So what I think we should do instead is, what are you doing, buddy? All right, I don't know where he went, but he's making a lot of noise somewhere. So instead, what we might want to do is make it so that, what if we had like a cursor, and for each one you have to put in the letter as it comes to it?
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense. Just like the crossword puzzle.
Yeah. So we're going to do a function which is going to be called do a solve. You have a problem with that function name?
No, I'm trying to think of clues.
All right, so for do a solve, what we want to do is, we have a bunch of sprites of kind letter. And I think we know which ones have been revealed or not. So what we're going to do is, we are going to loop over all of them. So let me actually go to this, whoops. I want to go to the definition of this reveal letter, because I think it's going to have some code that we can copy. Yeah, here we go. So we want to copy this 4-element sprites of kind blank. And I think we also want to, let's see, go into here. We're going to change our sprite kind when we do this, when we set the letters. So right now there are sprites of kind blank. We're going to, oh, whoops, that's the wrong block. AutoZone update. He's chasing a ping pong ball around on the couch.
Oh, great. On the couch?
Okay, so we're going to set the kind to letter once it has been set. So now let's go ahead and copy this. We're going to bring this down here inside of do a solve. And we're basically going to have another loop here. So we had a guess loop before, right? This start guess loop. And the idea was we just recall start guess loop every single time we're doing something. And so that, like every single time we finish the guess loop, we call it again, keep going. We're going to be doing the same thing, but with this do a solve. So what we're going to do is first we need to figure out which sprite we're going to show the cursor at. And let's go ahead and make a cursor now. I'm just going to make it like a little triangle.
Classic.
It is classic. Let's not make it bigger than it's supposed to be. 5 to, yeah, 5's not enough. 7. There we go. And this should be 4. Nice. Okay, we can just leave that kind as player. We don't need it. We're gonna go ahead and set this to be cursor. And we need to get the sprite that we're going to be doing something for. So we're going to take this array of sprites of kind blank. We're going to go into arrays and we're going to do get and remove first value. We don't actually care about the removing. We just want to get the first value. So let's do current solve letter. And we're going to put this right here and right there. Okay, so now you got this current solve letter, which is going to be the sprite that we're looking at. And because we created all of these sprites in order of the letters in the thing, this should be in order when we get it. So this should give us the first blank that still exists, I think. We'll see if that works or not. If it doesn't, we'll do something else, but I think it should be fine. All right. So we have this current solve letter. Let's go ahead and also set our position of our cursor. So we're going to set the cursor top to be the bottom of our current solve letter. Whoops. +1.
Sorry, we were posed a puzzle in the chat, and I've been thinking, well, maybe it's not a puzzle. It's more of a like there's a right answer.
Yeah.
It's like floating numbers. What's the range of numbers you can represent with so many bits? It's been a while since I've had to think about stuff like this.
I don't actually remember how many bits we have in our floating point numbers. They might be 64-bit.
I think this is a general or like a very specific question. Like, oh, there's 32. Wait, I forgot. 4 bytes. The first one is a sign for the sign. The next 8 is for exponent. The rest are for digits. What numbers can you represent?
I don't know what representation we use, but I assume we just use the ISO one. Okay, so instead of calling start guess loop, I'm going to call our do a solve. So we're going to have to do this really hard thing of, oh, wait, I need to refresh. So we're going to be doing this really hard thing of solving the puzzle without guessing a single letter. All we will have is the E's that are in it. All right, there we go. Okay, so look, we got our cursor right there. We're currently solving this letter. And so what we want to do now is we want to show our thing. So let's go ahead and, by thing, of course, I mean the letter picker. Let's see. Let me do a Daryl. I'm going to pull out do a solve. I'm going to pull out the on A button pressed because we're going to need that in just a second. And I'm going to pull out our, let's see, I think it is start yes loop, and I want this. And now I will close start yes loop. Okay. So we want to set our letter picker to show up. So we want to do this showing letter picker and set it to true. So now we should see our letter picker up there. Nice. Okay. So when we are doing this, we want to also make it so that when we press A button, we're going to figure out if you solved correctly or not. So we're going to go into this on A button pressed, and we can see right now we're doing this if showing letter picker, then set it to false and call make a guess. Well, we don't want to do make a guess. We want to do a solve. So we're going to make another variable now, which is going to be called solving. And we're going to set solving to be true. Now, inside of here, we're going to say, are we solving? If we are, then we're going to make another function now. It's going to be called make a solve. Yes. Oh, and this needs to take in a letter. All right. So let's go ahead and call this function. Put this in right here. Oh, wait, I need to reverse these. There we go. And I'm going to put in the same text that we have for this make guess. So this just gets us our letter, this little expression here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and collapse that. And now inside of make solve guess, what we want to do is a few things. Well, one, we want to call do a solve again. So let's just put that in there now. But we also want to take the letter, see, is it the letter that our current solve letter is looking for? And if it is, then we are going to put it into the letter, like reveal it, and we're going to move to the next one and do a solve again. Otherwise, we want to, I don't know, do something when we get it wrong. If we get it wrong, we need to, like, you know, I guess clear all the letters that we guessed and then move on to the next contestant. All right, so let's go ahead now and, or would it be better to, the other option is that we just always call do a solve, and you go until the end until you filled out all of the blanks, and then we check if you're right or not, which might be the better option.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw our thing onto the thing. Very helpful. We're going to draw our letter onto the image of our current letter sprite. And to do that, I'm going to go into our, let's see, reveal letter function, because that already, oh wait, I don't want to duplicate that. Whoops. I just want to look at this code because this is where we're already doing the drawing stuff. All right, so we're gonna, well, actually, we don't need this equals. Just want this print. Do a solve. And we want to print this on our current solve letter. Image. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm going to do B. Nice. All right, so that worked. So what we're seeing right now is that it's not going to the next letter. And that's because we didn't change the kind of our letter. So we need to do that first. So we're going to go to where we are setting the kind of, well, no, I'll just copy another block. So let's go into here and get the set kind block right here. We're going to go to our current solve letter. And we're going to set the kind to be, and we're going to add a new kind, which is going to be called solve letter. Now when we call do a solve again, it should try to get the first blank. This isn't a blank anymore, so I'll choose that. So if I press B, there we go, we filled in B, M, D, G, H, Q, P. And we crashed the game because we ran out of blanks. Yeah, so what do you think though? Did I get it right? Is it beautiful?
I've never heard of that before, Richard. I'm sorry.
I guess we run in different circles. We used to watch that every Friday night as a kid.
Of course, of course. I didn't have television as a child. I ran outside in circles.
I see. Okay, so we need to, you can see we're leaving these cursors behind right now. That's no good.
No good.
No good. So let's destroy it. All right, and I think we now have our little solve thing. So let's go ahead and fill this in with there we go. So we need to do something obviously when we get this crash. So this is going to be pretty easy to do because we have this array of sprites of kind blank, and so we can just check, is the length of this equal to 0? And if it is, then we can figure out if we won or not. So let's go ahead and do this right here. We're going to go ahead and do an equals, and we're going to go into arrays and get a length of array. Put that in here, this in here. Oh, I chose the wrong equals. There you go. So if the length of array sprites of kind blank, let's actually make this r does not equal 0, then we're going to put this in here. Okay. Otherwise, we want to go right here. We want to set our showing letter picker to be false. We also want to set our solving to be false. And we want to do some logic to see if we got it right or not. So let's go ahead and go and make a variable now, which is going to be called mistake. And we're going to set mistake to be false. And now the idea with this is we're going to loop over all of our solved letters. And we're going to say if any of them don't match the letter that they're supposed to be, then we're going to mark that as mistake. And if we find a mistake, that means that we didn't win. So first, let's go ahead and loop over all of our sprites. So we're going to go into here, go into sprites, grab our array of sprites of kind. Right here, make this solve letter. And now we're going to go into here and say, if the, oh, I need to store the letter that we guessed on it. So what I was going to do was get this value letter and then see if it equals the solved letter, but we're not keeping track of that right now. So what we need to do is we need to go inside of this make a solve guess, and we need to set another sprite data property, which is just going to solve, well, set whatever we guessed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put here, go to letter, not letter, go to current solve letter, but make this guessed, and we will set it to our letter. Okay, and now right here, we're going to go into sprites and get out those two values. So we're going to get a data as string. We're going to set this to value. We're going to say this guessed. We're going to make this one letter. And we're going to say if these do not equal each other, then we made a mistake. So we're going to set mistake to be true. And now we're going to say, if mistake, we want to make Chet say some, ooh, doesn't look like you got that one right, or something like that. Otherwise, we want to go to we want to say, you did it, and then go to the next puzzle. Okay, so first thing we want to do is I want to clear all of the letters if we made a mistake. So we're going to loop over all of our letters of kind solve letter. We're going to set their kind back to blank, and we're going to set their image back to the blank image. And I think I should be able to just go into my assets, and yeah, there it is. And then what we're going to do is, I think inside of our start guess loop, or is it inside of, it's inside of make a guess, I guess. Where is make a guess? There we go. We have this little snippet that is like all of this stuff. So I'm going to copy all of these blocks, which make it so it's the next person's turn. There we go. You know what? Let's do the right thing.
Sorry, I'm trying to do floating point math right now. It's been ages. And I hated it before. What?
Why are you, how has this come up, I guess?
Oh, somebody came in and they're like, hey, do you guys know things about floating point? They're trying to learn for a class. So if we can't help them, who can?
It's a fair point.
Yeah. Floating point. Anyway.
Yeah, you hear all those people laughing and clapping. They're cheering, yeah, Vivian, Vivian, Vivian.
I know you guys are doing it at home. It's okay. I'm reading some Wikipedia articles. It's slowly coming back.
Glad you're doing this.
Thanks. I think in general, I just forgot how negative numbers work. You do a subtraction, and I'm just like, where do we do the subtraction? Before or after the exponent? But yeah, I don't like reading.
Okay. So we've got our mistake thing filled out. So let's go ahead now. We're going to go and make some, we're going to make a bad guess. So we're going to do L, 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 L. All right, next up is Smarty the cat. Okay, I did something wrong. Oh, I called this all right. Next up is, which I don't need. Okay. Ooh, that's not what we were looking for. All right, next up is B. Let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, so we've got this working now with our player solve. We still need to make it so that the other contestants can do a solve. Oh, also we need to do the right answer part. We didn't do that. That's correct. And when that happens, what we want to do is we want to pause for like a second, and then we're going to destroy all of our sprites, and we're going to reset and do the next puzzle. So let's do for element of kind letter, and for element of kind solve letter. We're going to take those and destroy them. Did you get a textbook?
I got a paper.
I see. Okay. And when that happens, we're going to go ahead and start our next puzzle. So we have a few functions we need to call for that. We're going to call show next puzzle. We're going to call reveal E. Oh, whoops. Here, I'll reveal letter E. And we are going to call, let's see, start guest loop. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember what this is. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Okay, restart. I still don't know.
Take a piece of cake.
Here we go, easy as pie. That's correct. All right, now we have a new one. And let's see. What you thought this was take a piece of cake?
Yes. Oh, it doesn't work with
A.
piece.
That's all A, I guess. All right, well, you got something.
Cake, a piece of pie. No.
We already guessed A.
Take. No, there's no A. Code. Letter. Wait, is this all the idiom category?
Ooh. It's a good question. I think it's the idiom category. All right, well, let's see what it was. It was like a house on fire. That was definitely a Shannon one. I didn't do that one.
Like a house on fire? What? That's
Yeah.
not an idiom.
That's yeah,
simile.
it is. Well, no, but it's still an idiom.
I've never heard that before. I guess
I've heard that before.
Never been in a house fire.
Yeah, well, I haven't been in a house fire either, if I'm being honest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make it so that to do a solve, we want to go into, I guess, like an on B button pressed. We'll make B be the solve button. So if B button is pressed, we're going to do, are we showing the letter picker, and not solving, and no, that's good enough. Yeah, showing the letter picker and not solving, then we're going to have our character say something. So let's go into functions and get our character say. We're going to do, let's see, we need say stuff chat, and we need character say. And we're going to have B say, I'm sorry, actually it's Smarty the cat, isn't it? I'd like to solve. All right, fill in the remaining letters, please. And then call do a solve. And now let's go back to our on start and just turn this into the regular game again. Get out of here. Get in here. All right, okay, so this is easy as pie again. Nice, let's go ahead and I'd like to solve. Oh, we need to make the letter picker go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, and I can go ahead and hit I'd like to solve again, and that is all working correctly. So we just need to get rid of that. Let's see, when we do this thing right here, we want to do our showing letter picker to be false so that it disappears. Okay, all right. So we now have the player solve loop done. So we want to do the solve loop for our AI now. So we're going to go ahead and collapse blocks and format code just so we can clean things up a bit. And get rid of all this stuff. Gotta keep your workspace clean. Okay, and we want to actually do our solve right now. So I forget exactly where we put the logic for our AI. Is it all inside start guess loop? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so we have this get computer guess function. All right. And this is what's choosing the character, the letter that they're guessing, then they guess, and then they make another guess. So what we want to do is we want to make it so that they can have a chance to solve. And I think that the way to do this is there is always a chance they solve, even if it's all blanks, because sometimes when you're watching Wheel of Fortune, it's all blanks, and then the person just answers perfectly, and it's like 10 letters long, and it's like, how in the world did you do that solve? You know, but we're just going to make it so that the percent chance is dependent on how many blanks you have left. So I want to get basically the ratio of blanks to non-blanks in our program. And so to do that, I'm going to be using a divide block. And I'm going to be using a couple of these length blocks. And we're just going to do a length of the array. And we're going to do the array of kind blanks divided by, and then we're going to do the array of blanks divided by, and then we want a plus for this. We want to do a plus, and we want to do the length of the array of sprites of kind blank, and also the array of sprites of kind letter. What's up, Vivian?
We have a comment from Unsigned Arduino. Richard, once you get one correct, chat should say, all right, folks, that's the end of this round. We'll be taking a short break and roll an ad.
Oh my gosh, we should do that, but only if Vivian makes us some ads.
Ooh, I'll make.
Well, you're busy
I'll make
today.
ads after what?
Yeah, maybe we'll have a Friday stream where we just make a bunch of ads.
That'd be cute.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got our ratio now, and we need to somehow turn this into a percentage chance that we will make the guess. So let's see, what's the best way to do this? Okay, so if the ratio is higher, that means we have more blanks. So the easiest way to do this would just be 1 minus the ratio. And that would mean that we're inverting it. So the more blanks we have, the lower the ratio is. And we're going to end up getting, like, I don't know, a 70% chance if we are 70% not blanks. And hey, maybe that's good enough, I guess. Yeah, let's just try that and see how it is. So actually, instead of doing the 1 minus, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do this array of kind letters instead of array of kind blanks on top, and that will get us our thing. So let's go ahead. We're going to do an if. We're going to do a percent chance, and because this right now is a decimal, to use the percent chance block, we need to multiply by 100. Now we'll put this all inside of a percent chance. Put this right here. And it's about time we made this into a function. And this is going to take in a sprite, which is going to be the CPU. It's going to take in a one text, which is going to be the thinking. And it's going to take in another text, which is going to be the guessing. Okay, I'll just put all of this stuff in here. Change this to be CPU. And we want to go ahead and call this function. And we're going to call it with B. And we want to take those two strings that we had. So like this, huh, what? And this, maybe. And we're going to put them in there so that we can go ahead and put thinking here and guessing here. And now we have our do a CPU guess. Let's put this right here. We're going to do the same thing, but with Samantha's text. Change this to be Samantha. And now we don't have to keep duplicating our code anymore. Okay, so we're going to put this in right here. We're going to say, if this % chance, we're going to do a solve. And well, actually, no, we don't want to call do a solve. That's for the player. Do we actually want, Vivian, them to ever make incorrect guesses? Or is that just too complicated?
The animals? I feel like you could do incorrect guesses after a while. It might be easier to, like, is it much harder to code?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't really know how to do it, to be honest.
Yeah. Then, okay, if you wanted to do it in a place where it should be a vowel, you could just replace a different vowel.
True.
But,
all right.
you know.
I'm going to put in another piece of text, which is solving. Which is be like, I'd like to solve. I'm just going to do both for this. We're going to have the character say this I'd like to solve thing. Then we're going to have them say, with a text join, is it? And then we just want to put in our current puzzle. And then when that happens, we're going to call our code to make it so that we go to the next turn. So I'm going to go into our do a solve. I'm going to make a function, which is going to be called correct solve. And we're going to take all that code we wrote because it's going to be the same. So we're going to take all this, put it in here, go ahead and call this function. And call it up here. Oh, and then I guess the last thing is we need to go ahead and reveal all of the letters, right? So let's go into our reveal letter function. I'm going to copy this out. Get rid of that. And we're going to loop over all of the arrays of sprite of kind blank. And we're going to, inside of this image, we're going to print just their letter. We don't need to change the kind. And we don't need to change founded by 1. But we do need to drag out a new value because it doesn't like the old one. All right, let's help these CPUs out. So do a quick refresh, and let's see if we can get them to win. So first things first, let's just guess something we know that's not in it. B. Oh.
Ooh.
F.
D. Oh, we're not winning.
Right. Ooh, doesn't seem like there's any Fs. All right, next up is B. Let's see. Okay, so they're guessing a letter. O.
Ooh. Look at a sunbeam. Look.
How about X? I don't think so. Oh, no X's. All right. Next up is Samantha. We still need to fix the names.
Maybe I? Why does it look like Chet's eating like a cheese puff every time he starts talking?
I don't know, because that's just how I did the animation.
No, it looks like something's like flying up, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Put in a letter, then we'll see.
Okay. All right, so I'm guessing this is look.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Nope. Man, I thought I
What?
knew all of it, but apparently I don't.
Moon.
Is it cool as a cucumber? Da 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 da.
Roll the ads.
Okay, we didn't clear out the last one, so we need to fix that. All right, let's go ahead and fix the bugs that we had. So I noticed a few bugs while we were doing this. One, we need to have a space at the end of this thing be saying, because it's just not putting a space right now. Two, we need to fix the names. So I know I have a function somewhere that is get name, get character name. So we want to make it so that, I guess, 2 is B, and then otherwise it's Samantha. And then we want to, let's see, go and collapse box, format code, go to our, our correct solve function. See, we're going to value of kind letter and kind solve letter. Oh, we also want to destroy all of kind blank. And that'll clean up all of our extra words. And then the last thing we want to do is our current thing has slashes where there should just be spaces. So we need to go to where we are doing our the CPU guess, and we need to take the current puzzle and we need to replace all of the slashes with spaces. I think I'm just gonna make a function for that. It's gonna be replace letter, because I don't think we have this function. Gonna take in some text. It's gonna be to replace. That's gonna take in replace with. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to make a thing called result. We're gonna set result to be the empty string. And now we're going to loop over everything in our text. So we're going to do for index from 0 to the length -1. And then we're going to say if the current letter equals to replace, then we're going to set result to be join result with replace with. Otherwise, join result with just whatever the letter is. Like that. And then at the end of this, we go ahead and return our result. Hooray! We only need to replace slashes, but you might as well just write a function that does anything because it's not that hard. All right, now let's go here. We're going to say is it, and we're going to, oh, I should put in question mark here too, huh? And we're going to call our function this replace letter, and we're going to take in current puzzle. We're going to replace the slash with, oh, whoops, replace the slash with space. All right, so this is easy as pie, so I'm going to make it easy as pie for our computer. Let me go ahead and fill in all the letters for them. All right, easy as easy as, oh, it's got to be a Q. Ah, darn it. Yeah.
Da,
All
da,
right.
da.
All right. Okay, we've got our game. We now have a game. It actually, it goes on forever, but we do have a game. And so I think what we want to do now is we want to, oh my gosh, they just, without losing their turn, they just solved the thing. So let's see how many Samantha can go through before they make a mistake. While that's happening, let me go ahead and talk about what I was just about to talk to. Oh my God, they just solved it with 2. Oh my gosh, Samantha is destroying us. All right, so I want to make it so that we have scores. All right, and I think the obvious place to put those scores is on our little podiums. So I'm hoping that we have enough space to do that, but let's go ahead and try and do that real quick. Oh, one other thing we need to do is we need to get rid of the camera sprite. And then I think we're going to have to, let's see, drop down this percentage of them guessing, because it looks like Samantha's going to get another one. We'll see. Samantha's destroying us. That is 4 in a row.
Oh no.
Okay, and it crashed because we ran out of puzzles for Samantha to win. All right, so actually, before we do score, let's do the thing I promised, which is having categories. So we're going to go into OnStart now, and we're going to make an array. We're going to make some changes. So I'm going to make a variable right now, which is going to be category list. We're going to set our category list to be an array, and we're going to put in 3 things. So first one is going to be sequels. The next one is going to be time. The last one is going to be idioms. And with that, we are also going to make another list now, which is going to be a list of lists. Look at this beautiful block, Vivian.
Oh yeah, we love blocks like this. It's like the Tower of Hanoi, but in blocks.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to, so right now we have a current puzzle. We're going to make another variable now, which is going to be current category. And we're going to go into our, let's see, our next puzzle function. So where is that at? Show next puzzle. Okay, so here's where we're creating our blanks. We want to take this current puzzle, and before we do this, we're going to choose a random category. So I want to do a, let's see, we're going to need a length, we're going to need a random, and we're going to pick random between 0 and the length of our category list -1. So let's make this our category list. What did I call that? Oh yeah, category list. So we're going to go ahead and set our current category to be that. And right now we are doing a get random value from this current puzzle. So instead of doing this text list, instead of doing this text list, we want to do our our list get value at and we want to do our current category. So we can just go ahead and set our text list equal to this. All right, and now we have all of our categories as options. But let's go ahead and put our category somewhere where we can see it. So I think the easiest way to do this, or the way I'm going to do it, and we'll see if this looks okay. It might look really dumb. No, that's no good. All right, well, we'll do it right. Adding the text extension. Adding the text extension. Oh, I can't use both of them.
Sad.
Sad indeed.
We just need numbers, right? Number
What?
character? You're trying to do the numbers for the scores?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm making it say what the category is.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Someone wasn't paying attention.
What?
Someone wasn't paying attention.
Oh, no, but maybe I solved the puzzle of the floating point?
Ooh, that's a good puzzle to solve.
Is it? Just throw a double in there. Don't worry about it. It's unlimited numbers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or just use a big int. Okay. So we've got our current category. We've got our current puzzle. We need to somewhere show our current category. And I think the easiest way to do that is to just create a sprite that has it. So to do that, I'm trying to think of, I guess I could write my own text sprite thing. Or I could just make a sprite scoreboard secret.
Richard, you might have thought that with the amount of distracted I've been today, I have not been working on categories and clues. But don't worry. Gideon's got my back. And also, I'm coming up with some it's not nonsense. They're all true. But it's going to be the hardest category to date.
Good. Okay. So we have this scoreboard secret, and we're just going to make our scoreboard secret say what the category is. And then we'll move it around to make sure it's in a good place. We want to do category lists, get value at current category. Okay, time. And we're going to, let's see, so we're setting its x to be 30. Let's set its y, let's see, we'll set its x to be 50, and we'll set its y to be, 30. Time, okay, gotta move it around a little bit. Whoops. Set its x to be 40. Set its y to be 35. Equals. Okay, that works. That's good enough. All right, so we're about out of time. So do you have the category stuff?
Yeah, but I only have 4 puzzles in the theme. Okay. The first, oh wait, I didn't send it. The first puzzle is the inspiration from Gideon. And the other ones are what I came up with in 3 minutes.
Okay, so once again, don't look at this if you don't want to get it spoilered, but I think I have proven that even if you read all of the things, you're going to forget them. So you can also look at what I'm entering these in. But I will say the category is animal facts. And it is facts about animals. Oh, these are some good facts, I gotta say. Middle node.
What? No, they're all, things that you want to watch on the TV at home with your family, and then you learn.
All right, so we're gonna do one of these right now. So we got animal facts, and I guess I have to do it because Vivian knows what they are.
Don't you know what they are? You just put them in.
They like go in one ear and go out the other. So I'm gonna guess
sure,
a vowel. I'll do a. Oh wait, I do know what this one is. All right, we're gonna solve. Many. Fishes. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, Richard.
Oh no. No. Samantha's gonna take it.
I'd like to solve.
No.
Yeah. Many fish are fishing.
Samantha's so much better at this than I am.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. There's still more for us to do on this game, and if you come up with things for us to post, go ahead and come up with categories, whatever time.
Lucas just
Yeah?
Lucas just sent us some ads too, so we also have those to do in the future. Put in.
But overall, I think this game looks pretty good. All we got to do left is we need to do scores, and then I want to do some polish. I really want there to be a crowd that hops up and down when you do stuff, and maybe I can make this tile map look a little bit better. But overall, I think it's going pretty well. I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
And as always, my cat is AutoZone, who is not old enough to be on the forum, but has become a staple character of this stream because he won't leave me alone.